We're going to start off with basically a two-tier curry. When I say two-tier, it's basically going to start with a foundation which is plant-based, which is basically vegetables and some peas. And obviously for people that eat fish, you know, we want to stay away from meat really during Ramadan. So generally want to stay away from overconsumption of meat. So, you know, if we have a pescatarian approach where we're eating a lot of fish instead of meat, then that's how I eat. That's how I kind of uphold my type of dietary philosophy. So we're going to basically make this as a foundational meal. You can eat it as it is. It's got plenty of nutrition as it comes. But for people who are kind of exercising, they're training, and they're trying to kind of build muscle mass during Ramadan, or generally just maintain muscle mass, then we want to up the protein intake. And if you are looking to get a high level of protein in kind of just one meal, then adding some fish to this, which is going to give you that bit of a boost. And we've got some gunjo peas here, or some pigeon peas. They're really, really beautiful, high protein, full of magnesium, full of fibre, full of iron, fantastic for your immune system, fantastic for maintaining blood pressure. Anything with a high level of magnesium is really good for you, and I think we discussed it yesterday. You know, magnesium is very hard to come by nowadays. A lot of people are deficient in magnesium, so any food that is high in magnesium, we want to be consuming it, and these are a fantastic source of it. So we've got these pigeon peas, got some beautiful broccoli, onion, some sweet potato, some fresh tomatoes, some parsley, some ginger, and some garlic. We've also got some organic raw virgin coconut oil, black pepper, cumin, turmeric. We've got some bay leaves here. We also have some paprika, and we have some coriander powder. I'm going to get the sweet potatoes slowly boiling for, you know, only 5 minutes, because they're going to be cooking anyway in the dal, but I just want to soften them up so they don't take too long to cook in the curry. If you're cooking for a lot of people, use more. If you're cooking just for yourself, for your wife, or for your husband, then obviously portion accordingly. But this is probably really good enough for about, I'd say it serves about 4 people. Got 3 kind of small sweet potatoes, a couple of tomatoes, small onion. We just got 1 stem of broccoli there. Should do the trick. So I'm just chopping these potatoes into kind of cubes. Garlic. We're going to make a little bit of a masala. In goes the garlic. I've got about 5 bulbs of garlic. I like my garlic. Garlic's really, really good for you, man. We discussed yesterday its antifungal, prebiotic properties as well. Very good at blood pressure, chronic food. Got about a thumb of ginger. I'll throw half of it in there. Chop these tomatoes just finely, coarsely even. So basically, I don't use chopped tomatoes. I don't use tin tomatoes. I use the fresh stuff. So if you're making pasta, if you're making any tomato-based dish, just get the fresh tomatoes, whether they're beef tomatoes or cherry tomatoes. Okay, get the parsley in there as well, and we just popped it all in the blender. Okay, so the pan's pretty hot now. Nice tablespoon of coconut oil. Beautiful. You can put the onions in the blender as well, but obviously we've got the garlic in there, so we try and separate the onions and the garlic when we're cooking. If we cook garlic straight away on a high heat, it's fine. Obviously, for vegans, you want to stick to coconut oil. For people that are not vegan, you can use ghee or avocado oil as well. So this is kind of a flavour base. Now what I'm going to do is add some of the spices into the little masala. So we've got coriander, paprika, we've got the turmeric, coriander powder, and the cumin, and I'm just going to blend this up. Beautiful. Okay. at that, colour completely transformed. Yeah, chop this broccoli in the meantime. You know, the key to cooking very quickly is just to clean as you go along, chop as you go along, do 3, 4, 5 things at once. Beautiful. Now what I'm also going to do is the rest of the ginger, just going to finely up it. Again, throw that in with the onions. Beautiful. I'm going to add a few bay leaves. I mean, this is a twist between Mediterranean cooking, kind of Asian cooking. It's all fusional, you know. I find myself calling things curries, calling them dals, but in certain cultures, you know, they're referred to as other things, you know. In the Middle East, they use kind of bases of garlic and onion and bay leaf, so, you know, cuisine is kind of international. Alright, that's pretty much done. Throw this masala. Beautiful golden colour there, fresh produce. What I do now, I've got these pigeon peas. Boom, throw them in. These are obviously pre-cooked, so they don't need too much to go under here. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to add the broccoli now. I haven't cooked the broccoli, so I'm going to add some water, and then the broccoli is obviously going to cook within the kind of the dal. Because the last thing you want to do is cook the broccoli and leach it with all the minerals, and then cook it again, and then basically we're just eating kind of roughage. So this way we maintain all the nutrition of the broccoli, and it all kind of dissipates within the water that we're about to add. Like I said, this is a really simple recipe, man. The beauty of making something like this is once you get all the bits and bobs in, add a bit of water and just let time do the magic, you know. So these sweet potatoes have been in for like 5 minutes. You never want to overcook things like broccoli anyway, that's why I've added the broccoli in straight away. This is very high in fibre, very balanced meal. What I'm going to do is, because I've cooked these sweet potatoes in the water, so I'm just going to throw the water back in. And again, we'll probably leach some of the minerals from the sweet potatoes whilst we boil them. You can use normal potatoes if you want. You can use yam, you can use cassava, you can use new potatoes. I just like sweet potatoes. As you can see with the water, I haven't filled up the dal. I'm about to turn the heat down as well to let this cook nice and slow. Black pepper. And some salt. I like salty food. Well, I mean, I like my food to be well seasoned. The last thing you want is really good ingredients and then to be under seasoned. So if you're not seasoning your food with kind of good quality sea salt, then that's maybe why your cooking isn't tasting great. So good quality sea salt, good quality black pepper, that's half the job done. This is going to cook slowly now. All these ingredients, they don't take long to cook because the peas are pre-cooked, the potatoes have been slightly boiled, broccoli doesn't need ages to cook. We'll really just kind of simmer this down. Again, we've got the tomatoes, the garlic, the ginger on the low heat, so we're trying to kind of preserve as much nutrition as we can. And you know, probably leave this for about 10, 12, 13 minutes and they'll be ready. So